Hi, I wanted to jump on and give you an overview of what our elementary American literature class consists of. It was designed for 24 weeks, targeting first through fourth grade. We had our classes about an hour, our homeschool group classes, and so it covers at least that amount of time to cover the material. Very often, we have a lot of choices in there for you to decide if you'd like to show a video or play a song or do a craft or a combination of a few activities so that you can decide for your particular group. The target age is first through fourth. A lot of the books are adequate through about sixth grade. Although if you've got a class of first graders and sixth graders, then you really need to differentiate what the activities are and what the questions are. Although we do have that written into the plans. Some of the activities are perfect for the younger crowd. Some are much more appropriate for an older crowd. And then we even differentiate in some of the discussion questions. In addition to the books, it covers 24 weeks, although we have extension activities in there and books in there that could extend that out to probably 30 weeks, maybe even more of activities. We met once a week for an hour in our homeschool group to cover these lesson plans. And the purpose of it is specifically they would do the homework at their home. They would read the books at their house with their parents. And then we would really bring the activities to life through the games and crafts and a lot of the objectives that we would have in the classroom setting, just really making it a lot of fun to read the books and to come to the classes. Some of the, so as far as the lesson plans are concerned, overall, they include all of the books. And then we've got vocabulary that is specific and to literature, the front cover, back cover, spine, rhyme, author, character, things like that would be appropriate for an elementary crowd. Then we have a few other vocabulary words that might be better for some of the older kids: fiction, historic fiction, antagonist, protagonist, things like that. In addition to that, we have activities that would be appropriate to learn and review the vocabulary throughout the year. We also have book discussion questions for nonfiction books, fiction books, some activities that you can do with the different questions. Written into the lesson plans is a year-long project where the kids choose an item to memorize from American history or American literature, maybe a speech, maybe a song, and it's up to the individual parents what they memorize. And then we do an activity with those memorized items at the end of the year, kind of a performance. In addition to that, as we get into the lesson plans themselves, there are optional books. Those are currently, as of this writing or videotaping, books that are out of print, but books come in and out of print so quickly and easily that it's really best to check for yourself if a book is out of print, because these are all books that our kids have absolutely adored. So, continuing with the overview, each week, first you'll find a either short or maybe more detailed summary of what the book consisted of to remind you if it's been a week or two since you read that book. Also, We have some discussion questions specific to that book. Not every week has that. Not every book has that. Some of the books are better suited to the general fiction or nonfiction questions we have at the beginning of the lesson plans. We also have in the heart of the class, which is optional craft items, songs. For this one, it's coloring pages. Sometimes we have video options, mapping, geography work, or science or history work associated with it. And then we always love to do as many active games as we possibly can in our lesson plans. We also might have homework listed. This isn't usually just read the next book because that is a part of the syllabus when you download that, but it is maybe reminders to go ahead and work on your year-long memory project or choose a year-long memory project. So basically that is how the lesson plans are set up. They are also, the books are listed in the lesson plans chronologically by story. So if you are doing this in combination with American history, it just fits hand in glove with studying American history. So the books that we have, I'm not including the books that are out of print, but Columbus by Dulaire, Colonial Kids, An Activity Guide to Life in the New World. This is a fantastic book, not just for reading. There are short paragraphs to read about the history, but for just an incredible amount of activities. The Courage of Sarah Noble. Oh my goodness, my kids loved this book. George Washington by the Dulaires. A really hefty, solid book. Ben and Me, in addition to this very fun fiction book introducing the kids to Benjamin Franklin, there's a movie and an audiobook that's just phenomenal, that's acted out reading this. That's just wonderful. Can't You Make Them Behave, King George? Such a fun look at this time period in history by Jean Fritz. Another Jean Fritz, we're writing the Constitution. Daniel Boone. This one that we chose was by Sanford. It looks like maybe this is out of print or close to out of print. Really, any Daniel Boone book would work that's on the children's level with our lesson plans. So you can choose anything you have in your library. The Star-Spangled Banner. This one's by Peter Spear. Paddle to the Sea, a total classic, Caldecott honor winner. Welcome to Josephina's World, 1824, growing up on America's southwest frontier, part of the American Girl Select Collection. Coolies by Yin. This one is not out of print. Sometimes it goes in and out of print, but oh, the illustrations in this just really make this book come to life. Wonderful picture studies from this book. Behind Rebel Lines, The Incredible Story of Emma Edmonds, a Civil War Spy. Abraham Lincoln, again by the Dulaires. Ellis Island, it looks like this one is out of print. Hero Over Here, A Story of World War I. I'm totally going to butcher these names, by Kathleen Kudinsky. Blueberries for the Queen, a really fun book about World War II from an American kid's perspective. Of course, fiction. Kick in the Head. This is just a wonderful smattering of poetry and an excellent children's introduction to poetry and some really fun activities that we do alongside of this book. Through My Eyes by Ruby Bridges. And it's the story of her incredible experience being educated in the South. A wonderful story to introduce your kids to. The Children's Book of Heroes, this book looks like it might be out of print, but in addition, this book you could do extend lessons for 2 or maybe even 3 weeks. So that is just an overview of what these lesson plans are for. Because they're free, I would encourage you to download them and look through them even for your own homeschool. If you're not in group classes, some of the activities would be excellent for your own individual homeschool to make these books just a whole year of learning come to life. Thanks so much, and good luck with your homeschool.